Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday the 7th of March. I want to use the Gay Tarot for today's reading, a tool of awareness and introspection for those who aren't afraid of diversity. So let me show you what these cards look like. In terms of the astrology, we have a lot of stuff happening today. We have a full moon in Virgo, and we have Saturn, the outer planet, going into Pisces until 2025. So it's really, really significant in terms of the astrology. If you want more information on that, please have a look at the video on the full moon in Virgo on the 7th of March. This is what these cards look like. And I'm going to shuffle these a few times to see what the tarot has to say about the 7th of March and what energy you'll be working with. So let me just shuffle these a few times. Okay, Tuesday the 7th of March. First card is the Priest, which is the Hierophant. Then we've got the Five of Cups and the Five of Wands. Oh wow, we have triple five. Oh, that's interesting. 5 in numerology represents freedom. So the cards are really saying something about that. Freedom from institutions that mean to tell you how to live your life. So freedom from ideology and repressive beliefs. We have the Five of Cups, so freedom from your own perspective and a tendency to catastrophize or to look at the negative. And then the freedom to connect with other people and to compete and to live your life purpose without care, without constant scrutiny, and the ability to live in the moment. So with all these fives, this is a day of personal breakthroughs and enjoying that freedom that you have access to and really making your own choices without undue influence from other people or their opinions or views or beliefs. Okay, so the Priest is the 5th card in the major arcana, usually known as the Hierophant, and it's on the Fool's journey when the Fool first encounters some sort of group consensus. The Priest or the Hierophant represents some sort of a religion, and usually we've got the Priest in the center, and then we've got 2 monks kind of looking to him for support and blessings and guidance, and then we've got keys there usually. So the thinking behind the Hierophant is that we've got some sort of spiritual expert that if you listen to this man, you'll be blessed and you'll receive enlightenment and you'll have your own kind of spiritual experience based on his teachings. So if you look at it in that sense, the Hierophant can be majorly empowering, and he can give you spiritual tools that you can apply to have a richer and more meaningful experience. Sometimes though, with the Priest, obviously things go wrong. So if the religion says this and this and this is what you're supposed to be doing, and then you'll get into some sort of paradise. And if you don't do this, then you're going to end up in a more negative place. Then it becomes something else. Then it's like, wow, this is a group of people who say that I'm not entitled to my spirituality because of who I am, etc., etc. So it becomes something that's almost exclusive, and it's something that says, this is how spirituality works, and if you're not part of the club, then we are deliberately going to exclude you. So whichever way this has been your experience, whether you felt supported by spiritual ideas and religious ideas and communities that kind of delve into these things, or whether you felt a sense of rejection from groups of people like that, ultimately, this is the freedom to connect in your own unique way. And really, that's what spirituality is all about. That's the whole point. I want to connect with something bigger. If I believe there's some sort of a higher power, I want to talk to that higher power and see what it has in store for me and what it wants for me. And I want to feel the love, right, of some greater creator. So in this sense, we have a really benign looking priest marrying a couple. So to me, that's very much about, these aren't the rules of the institution so much. We're becoming more adaptable, and what's being honored here is the love between 2 people. So that is the freedom from an institution which is often very repressive and difficult. And that view of the world is replaced by simply the human truth that people can love each other, and that's something that we're going to celebrate and bless. So to me, that says you're able to connect on your own very easily. You're able to feel the love, and you're able to see a way that is liberated from any kind of repressive and oppressive belief. Next, we've got the Five of Cups. Usually the Five of Cups depicts someone who's dressed in black and who's looking at the three cups that have spilled. And the whole card is about grief and it's about perspective. Because the thing about the Five of Cups is, in this case, three are broken, but we've still got two cups which are intact. So it's about managing your perspective, grieving the things that you feel have been lost, but instead of being consumed by that, deliberately shifting the perspective and saying, I have these things to feel grateful for, so how can I kind of manage that and move on with my life? Cups is in the element of water, so that has to do with connection, it has to do with love, and it has to do with taking care of other people. It's also your imagination and creativity. So you may find that on this day, something in terms of your emotional life happens that makes you feel that things are less than ideal. Interestingly enough, after the high priest here, the Hierophant, there could be some sort of miscommunication in your relationship or something that happens that makes you feel less than thrilled and happy. The key here is to look at the big picture and to not get hung up on the details. Instead, it's important to engage with the process and to work out any difficulties in your relationships rather than to withdraw and isolate and to make a bigger deal out of it than it really could be. So what I'm saying is that the cards are giving the message here that something may happen in your relationship that makes you question it or makes you feel sad or disappointed or something like that. The cards are kind of saying it's best to address that head on and say, I really didn't like that, can we work through it? But also it's important not to blow this out of proportion and to look at the good connection that you've got instead of the snag that's now appeared. So the message I'm getting via these cards is, if you are in a relationship with another person that's important to you and there's something today that's less than ideal, it's important not to blow it out of proportion. And even, I think it's going to really serve you to try and minimize this to a particular extent, because it's not a real problem. The Five of Wands is trivial conflict. It's something that you may be irritated about in the moment, but really that has there's no real greater meaning or consequence attached to it. And it's beautifully expressed here via a hockey game, because that can be very aggressive. Everyone is competing and hitting each other and getting this little, is it a puck? But ultimately, unless it's the national playoffs, the outcome isn't really life-changing. So the Five of Wands is an opportunity to compete, to live your life purpose, to have a good time, to do things which kind of show you where you shine and where you're strong. But it's very much about not taking any conflict too seriously, because really it isn't that important. So that's the message I'm getting here today. If there's something that is where you dislike something via a partner or what an institution says to you and it makes you feel a certain way, before you react, I think it's important to really ask the question, how important is this? How significant is this in my life? Does it make any actual change, or is it just my feelings that have been hurt? And if it's something that's completely trivial in the grand scheme of things, then these cards are saying to me, find a way to escape that or to be free of it by really trying to assign meaning to things that don't have that significance. You'll cause problems for yourself. And it's by kind of giving situations the benefit of the doubt that you'll have a much easier experience overall in the relationship with the person or the institution. It's important on this day not to blow things out of proportion. Number-wise, we've got 3 5s, so it is freedom, but 5 and 5 is 10, and another 5 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6, and 6 is a temporary opportunity. So there's the opportunity to liberate yourself from something that's oppressive and that kind of governs you and dictates your own life. There's the opportunity to free yourself from a negative perspective and the freedom to, enjoy and not to assign meaning to absolutely everything that happens in your life. So I hope you have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to audio reading with me. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please hit subscribe and share it online. Have a fabulous day. Check out the video on the full moon in Virgo, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.